I'm hearing it. Yeah, I hear it. Yeah, I'll talk to you about that stuff after this is over, Gail. We're live in here. Okay.
That's interesting. The boat, first class.
Okay. Okay. Hello, hello. Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? How are you? Wow, today is a very interesting day. Today is I almost felt backwards since the I woke up. I don't know if anybody else has been feeling that way lately. It's kind of like this backwards feeling. That's the only way that I can describe it. But it's almost like I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. The what's that called? Michelle, is it the Jim Carrey, The Truman Show?
Yeah.
Yes, I've been feeling like the Truman Show lately. I've been feeling like life isn't real in some way, shape, or form. And I've just been kind of walking throughout today going, something's shifting, something's changing. There's something changing in the world. And I can't quite put my finger on it, but I'm here on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up because I want to know that I'm not the only crazy one. But anyway, so today's going to be an awesome day. We're going to be talking about ascended masters. Ascended masters, and are they really ascended? I get phone calls from people all the time that say, oh, my ascended master is, this, or that, or my guide is this, or that. And I kind of look and I'm like, well, not really. But at the same time, we can call in any ascended master that we want because the ascended masters are here for this entire planet to help all of us. So if you are drawn towards a certain ascended master, then likely you are from what's called their soul group. So you could be them. So that's a really cool thing about ascended masters is that you may be them on some level. So very early on in my intuition search for my intuition and my higher self and trying to figure out who I was and where I came from and why I came from and what my soul's path was, I kind of was drawn towards the ascended masters. And I think that a lot of people are. So I wanted to have a show about them. And I wanted to give you guys some techniques on how to determine whether they really are an ascended master or if it's a mental projection from somebody who's either living or somebody who's on the other side. Very recently, I lost my brother-in-law, Brian. Hi, Brian. I think he's here. He feels like he's here. But I was playing with a couple of my psychic friends the other day, and we were on the phone or text messaging. I think Michelle, she's here with me right now, and I was listening to a book by somebody. It was like about quantum something or other, and they were talking about these things that like people that are in wizardry can create, where they can create these mind beings with their mind, and they can exist within the psychic realms. And I was like, what? Well, let me see if this works. So I was talking to the girls and I said, do you see me in your field? And of course, my friend Carla says, well, do you have like smoking hair? And I was like, of course I show up with smoking hair, like Victoria's Secret style, hair flowing. And then I think actually one of them saw me. I was on a text string with like 4 or 5 people. I projected my thoughts into their field and I was tap dancing. And they saw me like tap dancing. So the thing is with psychic energies, we can use our minds to project images into other people's fields and other people's minds. So that's how people on the other side communicate with us as well. So you have to make sure that there's nobody being sneaky with you, one. Two, there's nobody being sneaky with you from the other side. And then three, accept the fact that maybe it's not Jesus and maybe it's grandma showing up as Jesus so that you will actually forgive her and hear her out. Jesus may come in and say, my dear child, you must forgive your grandmother, and sometimes that's what happens. But today we're going to go into a little guided meditation, not just yet. I have a couple announcements to make first, but go into a little meditation where you get to meet the ascended master that you are. So we're going to go up some steps and go down a little hall and get to look into the ascended master mirror, and you'll get to see yourself and who you are as an ascended master. And I'm being told right now by the guides that can change at any given time. I mean, we've had with Bill and Gail and the Skeptics books, we had Saint Germain and oh gosh, we have all sorts of ascended masters come in, but we also get the unascended versions of them as well, like the sneaky Saint Germain that comes in and twirls his mustache. If any of you have read the Skeptics Guide series, he's quite a character. And if any of you have read me and my dad's series of books, The Bible Speaks or Answers, Heaven Speaks, or even listened to them on audio, you'll see that it points throughout the book. I'll go, wait, Jesus is here. Wait, his higher self is here now. Wait, he's got another layer of him. So there's all these different layers of Jesus. And they've told us that it's because the ascended masters say they're standing out in the outside of I always see it as Tupperware bowls. You're sitting in the middle of the Tupperware bowl, you're the spark of light, and they're out there shining through, and they're just kind of reverberating through all these different layers. But in each of your layers, you have stuff, and you have stuff that could distort what it is that they're saying, what they're saying, and what they're doing. So today you're going to learn how to get into the layer where you can most clearly communicate with them. So I also want to do readings today. I haven't done a lot of readings in the last couple of weeks, but I wanted to announce that I'm finally doing my I Am Reiki class. That is going to be the second, I believe the second weekend of next month. I titled the class, I'm a Healer, Now What? Because most healing modalities are 4D. They were created for the fourth dimension, and they're created for the fourth dimension. And now that we are a 5D planet, they don't work as well. So in order to have all that hard work that you put in as a healer, all of those classes, all that money you spent to get pretty much a degree. And I mean, like I always tell people, in the class, I'll give you as much information as I can that you can't find in a book, that you can't find on a website. And I'll shove all that information into you as much as I can. But it's really up to you. It's you, it's your practice. It's you having the self-awareness each day to catch yourself when you're about to be a B or an A to someone and be like, uh-oh, ego's out or inner child's out. Better tame them down a little bit. Stop, do the snow globe exercise, clear yourself, or do some other exercise that you've learned. One cool thing about the snow globe is it's been upgraded to a 5D snow globe. In fact, it's 7th density snow globe. In fact, my friend Carla and I were at the office last night, and we learned this really cool technique, and you're going to be doing that today with the snow globe. And it's in basically bringing your conscious awareness into the Son of Man, which they call David, and basically bringing your conscious awareness all the way up to the very beginning of your roots of being a human being, and kind of looking down at yourself as kind of like the father of all mankind. Or maybe that's the son of all mankind. I don't know. Anyways, I won't get into it. Anyway, I've got all my charts drawn. I was drawing charts last night. But like I say, very early on, I started drawing charts. And I would wake up kind of out of a meditation, and I'd have these charts drawn with little sticks that said like higher self stick, and then it would go to me, and then from the higher self there'd be another little stick that went to angel, and then like another stick that went to like a Pleiadian, but they were all me, and I didn't understand how my higher self could be three things. And in learning about these charts and being absolutely 100% obsessed with these charts, I've learned how to, one, clear energy very quickly, two, get people connected with their higher self and attune them to the highest possible aspect of them that won't want to drink alcohol, that won't want to cheat on their spouse, that won't want to do the things that are of the earth, that are of the lower chakra system. So once you're able to tune into this higher aspect of self that is just beyond the Christ center, think of Christ as being a crown on that little bone in between your ribs. I don't know what it's called. I should probably learn that since I say it so much. But think of that as being like a little crown right there. And just beneath that, there's almost like an eye. It's a void. It's white. And that's where Christ passes through to forget that it's Christ, because we are all Christ. And we're all down here learning to ascend up through all of the lower energy centers by not being greedy, by not being selfish, by not being all of the things that are supposedly the deadly sins in the Bible. And as we can begin to become aware of the fact that, okay, I'm on a diet, I'm not supposed to eat chocolate. Like I tell my people in my class, if you choose to not eat chocolate during your 21-day cleanse, still eat it if you really want to eat it. Just journal about why you're eating it now. Because what you'll find is you're at a certain spiritual credit score, you're at a certain frequency when you want that chocolate. And very quickly, when you realize, oh my God, 7 minutes before my husband gets home, I want chocolate. Or, after my mother-in-law calls my husband, I want chocolate. And what it is it's the chocolate is shooting off dopamine in your brain, and it's making you feel good, the same way that drugs do. And when we need to get balanced out, we grab for food, drugs, whatever. We can also grab for spirit, and I'm trying to learn how to do that. And last night, that's what the guides are kind of trying to teach us. So hopefully in the weeks to come, in the Wednesday night classes, I'm going to be teaching people how to energetically eat chocolate instead of eating the chocolate, and just becoming very aware of why we do what we do. I want toaster strudels when my vibration is so low that it's like disgusting and I don't even realize it. I find myself going down the frozen aisle at the grocery store and I'm like, toaster strudels, I'm gonna get some of those. And it's like I know I shouldn't be buying them because I know my vibration's low and I need a healing, because I discovered that, but I still get them because they're so yummy. But then when my vibration's high, I'm like, these are the grossest things on the planet. Like I can't even like get them near me, and I'm like, bleh. Yeah, they're gross. So anyway, I'm sure everybody kind of has an experience with that, where when you're feeling good, when your vibration's high, you want to work out, you want to go to the salon, you want to look good. And then when you're down, you're really down. And that's what I've noticed about humanity right now, how people are, is we're really up or we're really down. And hopefully today's lesson that I'm going to teach you guys before we do readings is a lesson that will teach you how to tune into the highest aspect of self, get the highest possible guidance from the guides that are here watching after you. And that way you can live a happier, healthier life using the snow globe that's from my book. One trick that I wanted to tell you guys that I made for my book is that if you have my book, the actual physical book, what I did was, and the exercise I realized I was flipping through it last night was not put in there, is if you get into your snow globe, like I'm going to teach you guys how to do, or like what's in my book, if you get into your snow globe and you clear it and connect with your higher self, there's also a free snow globe meditation on my website, marisamoris.com, and also on my community, patreon.com/discovering intuition, which you can get to through marisamoris.com. It's the very first post that I posted, and it's for anybody who follows me on Patreon. It's free, and it's a higher self attunement, and it teaches you how to use the snow globe and get a yes/no answer for any question that you ask. And it's very accurate exercise. I usually do that exercise maybe once for twice a month, just to kind of like retune myself back into my higher self, because things just keep shifting. So anyway, I was thinking, let's see here. So let me just finish with so we're doing the class. I'm going to have that on my website soon. Anyone who's a healer who feels like their healing abilities have gone dud, or it's like when you're healing, there's just too much to deal with. It's like you're literally in a swamp and you're literally like, how am I supposed to clear all this? What's happening is you're still in the fourth dimension. And in the fourth dimension, there is no time. And so you'll clear something, but guess what? It's still there because 5 minutes is still here. 5 minutes ago is still here. So what's going to happen is the second you tell your client about it, it's going to come back. So there's ways where we can get into higher aspects of self that are the creator of us, like my book attunes you to, and we can clear that stuff permanently. The exercise that was not put in my book is one where, as long as you get in your snow globe, and then you basically say, I am I am, and I now ask for a message from this book. And what will happen is you'll either hear a number or you'll just think a number. You think that whatever number, you just open up to that page and then take your finger, and you have to start at the top, not the bottom. I don't know why. Don't ask. Start at the top and kind of scroll it down. And when you feel like your finger wants to stop, just read whatever sentence is there, and that's your message for the day. And I had set that because as long as you're in your snow globe and you do that exercise, it's that, I think, pulling your finger down. Oh, that's why. It's bringing their higher self down to connect with them. That is so cool. Man, those guides have good marketing techniques. So go get a book today. No, that's really awesome. I didn't realize that was the reason why. I remember when I wrote it, they said the finger can't go up. They can't run it side to side. It has to go from top to bottom. So anyways, and it goes hand in hand with the snow globe exercise. So why don't we just do a snow globe exercise now? Let's get you connected. The date of the class is Michelle keeps trying to show it to me, October 13th and 14th. And then my husband and I have changed the retreat that we are going to do. That was going to be kind of like a big money retreat because his brother passed away and we haven't had time to get all the people together for the cleanses and everything. I think what we're going to do is kind of like it's going to be a class where it's like people keep telling me, I feel like I'm stepping into a college course with you. Like I missed everything. And I want to know where to start. I want to know what to do. And I need to know something very simple. I want to understand your language. What's the creator self as opposed to the soul or the spirit or the higher self? And I'm like, I don't know. But I'm going to, I do know. I'm just kidding. But so anyways, it's going to be a very like 101 class, like Discover Your Intuition or Attunement 101. I'm going to do all the attunements that are in the book personally, which is a very big difference between you doing them on yourself and me actually doing them on you. And then there's some new star activations that my guides have been bringing in. There's 3 of them, and they actually bring you in to resonance with your star seed, which is everybody on some level is a planet. So just not trying to overwhelm you. First, I'm telling you, you're an ascended master. Your husband's going to come home, or your wife, and you're going to be like, bow to me. I'm an ascended master, and I am a planet as well. This girl, Marisa, told me so. And that's where the disclaimer comes in, guys. All of this is my opinion. All of this is what I've learned from the voices in my head and the charts that I've drawn. And everybody has their own experience. So you could have a completely different experience. I believe that the people who are drawn to me are people that are part of the same soul group, who are part of the same mission, who are here to plant seeds, who are here to bring light into the world. Next week, I'm going to be playing an amazing song by this amazing artist, Tommy Richardson. And we did a song called Square, and I channeled over it. And it's about the planet's ascension. And it's amazing. And it's programmed. So just hearing it, like you get goosebumps everywhere. I'm trying to get a release so that I can play the I Am That I Am song. So that's why I'm waiting until next week to play the music. But for now, let's go ahead and start a meditation, and then we'll leave plenty of time for some readings. So I'll get some music here, and then here. Without music's not too. Gosh, very high energies today. My mouth is so dry. Go ahead and find a comfortable position. I always recommend that you sit up. Laying down and meditating is a recipe for falling asleep, for me at least. I did 2 meditations before I came over here from my new app, the Tuned In. It's on intuitionlivetv.com. You can get to the app from there. It's called Tuned In. And very soon I'll have daily attunements added into there. There's a coupon on Patreon, by the way, for 75% off of my app, the Intuition Live TV's Tuned In. So it comes out to like $6. And you get access to like 40 meditations. It's pretty cool. But I was doing 2 of those meditations and I totally fell asleep because I laid down. I guess I needed to sleep. So go ahead and either sitting up or laying down, close your eyes. Not if you're driving. There's another disclaimer. However, just so you know, I receive most of my information when I'm driving because I can't be texting, I can't be on the phone, and I have to literally leave my phone in the back, otherwise I get tempted and it scares me. So I receive a lot of my information, so I suggest those of you who get a lot of epiphanies while you're driving, just know that that is your higher self communicating with you because you finally set the phone down. So I keep a voice recorder that's not attached to my phone with me now, and I will voice record stuff since my husband won't let me do Facebook Live while I'm driving either. A lot of YouTubers do it, but so as you take a deep breath in through your nose, what we'd like for you to do is to imagine that this breath that you're breathing in through your nose is a color. So any color you'd like to imagine that's a colored mist, like pink or gold or green. So as you breathe in this mist, and then breathe out. You remember Pigpen from Peanuts? Just imagine Pigpen's mess coming out. And just continue to breathe in through your nose, whatever color you would like to imagine. Even if you're not a seer, it doesn't matter. You can still pretend like there's colored mist coming in through your nose, and we are holding space. This is Mary. This is Joseph, Samuel, Michael, Yeshua, and Peter, and Saint Germain. Moris. They're all here. So as you continue to breathe in oxygen and breathe out the stuff, the smog that you do not need, actually bring your awareness to it. The difference in what you visualize coming in and what you see coming out. And think of it like this. When we are sending you love, it's light. But when you hear it, when you feel it, when you speak, it's completely distorted somewhere between where it came and where it came out. So we'd like to clear those channels now by sending in, we'll make it fun, a disco ball. Just imagine a disco ball way off in the distance, spinning, shooting off light. We'd just like to ask you, Father in heaven, Mother, Father God, that this building, that each person doing this meditation be risen up above duality so that they may see true visions, true connections to that which is the ascended beings that they are. We ask you that you send in the higher dimensional versions of what angels would be, the military, the protectors. And we ask you, God, to just shower everybody with love and give them anything that they've ever wanted, anything they've ever needed now as a frequency, pure, flowing throughout their entire body. And as you're breathing in through your nose and then breathing out, if you're feeling misunderstood right now, just say, send me a light that will help me to not feel misunderstood. And then breathe out that misunderstood. If you're feeling judged, if you're feeling unloved, just ask that disco ball way off in the distance that's shooting out all that light that's coming towards you to send you whatever it is that you need in the form of this light mist. Sometimes this channel can do this exercise for 45 minutes and it's still pig pen coming out. And this is when we taught her to allow us to do the healing. So what I'd like for you to do is to imagine that disco ball now just above your head. And as it begins to drop down into your crown, your head, you can actually feel things releasing. You can feel your thoughts getting slower. Every spiritual gift that you ever had in any lifetime, anywhere at any time, is activated in the highest and best way, in accordance with your soul's path, and only in accordance with your soul's path. We ask that any soul ties, soul binds, extra souls, extra spirits, and extra divine sparks be released with the visualization of this disco ball now. Just imagine this in the middle of your head. And as it drops down, it's going to get to right about your throat, which is where your soul's consciousness resides and looks down over the rest of you. So what I'd like for you to do now is say, I am now. Your name. Please show me what that feels like. So you're pulling yourself back into you, not someone else's body. Now what I'd like for you to do is say 0. Place your hand right around the little divot in your throat. Say 0, then say ascended soul. I am now my ascended soul. Please show me what that feels like. Remembering that ascension is not completion. Christ is not even completion. It's just a step in the right direction. 0, ascended soul. I am now my ascended soul. Please show me what that feels like. As you do that, say, I am now a snow globe, and imagine a big bubble around you. You are a statue in the middle. There may be goop and grime, maybe slime, and what this is all of the energies that are blocking you from hearing your ascended soul, from hearing your ascended master, from being your ascended self. So as you feel what the water feels like in the snow globe, we're holding space and extending out our abilities to you so that you may see and feel with greater power. Feeling out to the right of you, what does that energy feel like as compared to the left, as compared to the front or the back of you, above or below? Sorry, we've got a dog snoring in the background. So So as you feel what it feels like, this is very important to take time on this step of the snow globe to actually feel this stuff. Because then when the light comes in that we're sending down to meet that disco ball that was in your head, you can actually feel the difference between what it is and what it was. So we will now send down, so say, clear me. I now ask that I be cleared. And from directly above you, a huge hand appears 1,000 feet in the sky. And from that hand, there's a huge spark. The hand of God. It's going to send down a stream of light down through your crown. It's going to meet that disco ball, and it's just going to expand bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until you're completely surrounded by light. Don't use your mind to push it like, oh, I gotta have it clear faster. Just allow the light from above to fill this disco ball or to fill your snow globe, however you want to see it, and just allow this bubble to expand out. And as soon as the light hits the dark, it transmutes it, heals it, and you're doing it from the fifth dimension. If you're doing this from below, you may be cutting one cord. Up here you cut one cord, which equals about 5,000 cords below. You're getting the root. Many of you are asking for angels' assistance. Just know that you are above the angels right now. Your muscle memory goes to call in the angels, call in a higher aspect of self or an angelic aspect of self that is in a higher density than you are now. Things have changed on the planet. You must change with them. There we go, good job. Now that your snow globe is clearing, we're going to ground you into the new earth, the ascended earth. So in your mind, just say, I am now planted on the ascended earth, the real ascended earth. And imagine the bottom of your feet opening up, little trumpets. Pulling in this new earth energy that is so different than the old earth energy. But still the same loving presence exists. It's just more powerful. Ask to see what the earth energy looks like or feels like within you. And then just visualize it coming up through your feet, your ankles, your legs, your knees, your thighs and hips, up through the abdomen area, your chest, arms, hands, neck, and your head. From directly in front of you, you see a portal. That portal has 12 stairs on the other side. So you're going to make your way over to that portal, and as you pass through, it's as if you're leaving a TV show or a video game. You're leaving a created reality behind. You feel fresh, you feel animated, you feel free. You walk up the stairs. And there may be stuff in the fourth dimension that's like, hey, no, remember this, you have anxiety, come back here. You need to feel anxiety. You need to stay back here. You can't know about this. We're releasing all earthbound spirits and any spirits keeping people in the fourth dimension now. There we go. So continue up the steps up to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. When you get to the top, there's a long hallway. On each side, there's mirrors. One side, the right is the past. The left is the future. Actually, some people may see it differently. One's past, one's future. You are your presence now. You're the now. You walk to the end of the hallway. There's 3 more steps leading up to a little bay. There's a window there. And the closer you get, you realize there is a humongous person looking in that window. It's you. Also, at the end of this bay, there's a mirror. You stand in front of it and say, I am now the being standing there looking at me, even if you can't see them. I am now the ascended master that I am. Please show me what I look like. You can ask for a name. You can ask for a description. You can ask them what their mission is on this planet. There's a little door at the end of the hall, the end of this little bay. When you open it up, it opens directly to their beating heart, to their spark of light, because the two of you are one. And as you open the door, it's as if you're pulled through the door and into their beating heart. And your conscious awareness is as if it's pulsing through their veins, through their blood. Say, I am now this ascended master. Look down at your hands, your feet. If you do not like what you see, there's only 2 people that don't. I'd like for you to say 0, real ascended master. And a huge lightning bolt will come down, knock off what you're not liking, and the real one will come about. 0, ascended master. Now, as the ascended master, because you are them, you're just going to say, take me back to my body, or just think it. And within a heartbeat, the ascended master is sitting within your human body. 2 of you are merged as one. And at this point, you can ask a question. You can say, so what should I do about work? Or what should I do about this? Or what should I do about that? And in my classes, I would recommend that you got a journal out and just wrote. So if you have a journal, you can just write while we start doing these readings now. But write down the name that you got. Write down any signs you got, maybe what they look like, what they felt like, what their mission was. But you are now all attuned to your ascended master and the new earth. Congratulations. We bless you. Cool. We've got plenty of time for some readings. So the exercise that I teach people to do, that's very common sense, is to use your hands. One side say, real ascended master. The other side say, what I'm seeing. And see if they equal out. If one's heavier than the other, then it means that it's likely not real. This is one of the reasons why I stopped teaching mediumship, which, by the way, I got talked into last night, November. Mediumship, conscious mediumship, that's what I'm calling it. Connecting at the higher planes rather than the lower. But that's one technique. And then the other one that I use is truth serum. So you have a beaker of truth serum, and you can call forth your ascended master. Say, please show me what you look like. And if you see something, literally just hand them your truth serum. Say, here you go. They're going to hold it, and if they dissolve and go away, it means they weren't real. If they stay and get stronger, they are. So it's a programmed energy, the truth serum. There we go. So I think we'll take some callers. We'll just do it musically. I hope you guys enjoyed that meditation. Good. I heard, all I could hear was Poochie snoring. Every time she snored, I'd come back in my body. So I was like, good. Michelle, why don't I let you pick the callers? I'm going to do the 2-minute reads, and we'll just start the timer. I'll just channel. You ready? Okay. How about number 6? 6. All right. Taylor, San Diego. How you doing, Taylor? Hi. How are you? You got through. Yay. You want to heal your inner child, huh? Yeah, what I'm getting immediately with you is you have got this huge ball of mom on your chest. Do you have mom issues, or mom has a very strong opinion issues type of thing? I get it. I get it. I put my mom through hell and back, and when things are going really well, sometimes it's almost like I get to get reminded of how awful I was just by little comments and stuff, and it's like, oh, geez, but I do the same thing to her, and it's hard being a mom and a daughter, and I'm just kind of looking forward to when Madison's a teenager. Great. But anyway, so let me channel you a message. Mary's here. She's also your guide. People always ask, which Mary? I don't know which Mary this is that comes in. I think it's my real self or my whole self, but the Mary that's coming forth right now is an angel named Mary for you. I don't know if you specifically work with an angel named Mary. You do? Okay, then that's probably her. I've never seen her look like this, but she's got huge wings. And I think it's because we're up at Ascended Master level right now. Like we're like up a little higher, because just figure, when you're looking at stuff, it's like in the bleachers, in the stadium, the further it is away, the more distorted it gets. But we're up kind of high right now. So yeah, she's got these huge wings and she's holding a baby. Yeah, that'd be Mother Mary. Okay, so she says, dear child, as I step into your energy today, I bring unto you the ability to lie within my arms, the ability to feel the love that a mother brings to a child. For what you must understand is that everybody shows love in a different way. Everyone shows love in a completely different way. In fact, some show love. In your case, many will worry in order to love. Many will get angry in order to love. So what we bring into you today is the true definition of love. We bring in the love of a mother. We bring in the love to that 13-year-old that felt so ashamed of herself. We bring in love, we bring in trust, we bring in faith, and we bring in abundance to that which you are today, because the abundance blocks, the blocks that you have against yourself, is a fear of failure, a fear of letting mom down, a fear of letting yourself down, a fear of letting the world down. Dear child, you are a light worker. You are here to help others. And we are very proud of you for working on yourself. There are many that say, I'm here to help others and I'm just going to help others, but I'm not going to look at myself. This is not you. We are very proud of you indeed. And as we say this to you, we say that your counsel that works with you each day are the ones that you hear behind you. You keep saying, who is that? Who is that? Do you keep asking who you're hearing? You're like looking around going, who is that? You have a council of three. This council of three, they are all you. They reside within your second density or your third chakra. So these are your conscious, your subconscious, and your unconscious. So what we'd like to do today is to attune you to one step higher, to your true higher self, so that you may truly connect to the big Taylor, the higher Taylor, and thereby bring about the ability for you to write with me, because you can do automatic writing, you are a channel, you're a healer, and you can bring forth anything within that hand of yours and ask for it to be healed. So today, place out your right hand. Place out your right hand, and anyone can do this, and say, please show me the childhood issue as a shape or as some sort of form. You can say it within your mind. You can say it out loud. Please show me the childhood issue I want to release within my hand as a shape or as some form. And then with your left hand, say Mary, or anyone else can say Ascended Master, please heal this. Taking your left hand, place it over your right, about 6 inches apart, and allow light to shoot out of your left hand. And it will dissolve away that shape. Sometimes it'll take 5 minutes, sometimes 10. What we'd like to do is send love through you because you do not feel worthy. We'd like to release your blocks of not feeling worthy of healing self. And we would like to heal this childhood issue that you have asked for help with right now. We release you from it now. We release you from that 6-year-old fragment of self, the 7-year-old, the 9-year-old, the 12-year-old, the 13-year-old. And dear child, forgive yourself, for you had a spirit attachment from the age 3 to 9. You release that on your own. You have the ability to shapeshift, to change this world. Please, please do not discount your ability to heal yourself and others. We bless you. We bless you. We bless you. Taylor, do me a favor and come to class on Wednesday if you can. You're good. You need to keep practicing. Hey, are you a healer already? Okay, I know how you feel. Totally know how I feel. So start coming to Wednesday night classes. Send Marla or myself an email, and we'll get you over a coupon code to come for free for this week. And just join in on Wednesday nights, and then you can always watch it, later on too. Or you're local, you could even come to the office because we meet there. Oh, you have? Okay, you sounded really familiar. I wasn't sure. I didn't want to be like, hey, is that you? Yeah, okay. Well, then hopefully you'll come, or just come to class on Wednesday night. Okay. Send me an email so that I can follow up later with you. I feel unfinished. Okay. Okay. Bless you and leave you with that. Next one, Michelle.
How about number 2?
That's so funny. I was just going to say 2. That's so funny. Jennifer, how's it going? Jennifer, is your mom alive? Okay. So this is your grandmother. Is your grandmother passed? Were you guys close, or was she pushy? Pushy. She is like, just pushed her way through. She says, you are not going to channel a guide because I'm here. Okay. But grandma is not fully crossed over. So grandma could be causing some depression. Let's see. What do you, let me click on you. See what, so you are calling in about depression. Healing for, okay. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to remove grandma from your field. So grandma, she's like a memory, the version of her. The way I see it is like in the mental realms, in the 3rd room of our soul house that I write about in the book, is I almost see them like the Chuck E. Cheese puppets on the stage. They're just like bump, they're like limp, but then like the music turns on and they start dancing and singing, and then the music and the lights turn off and they go boom, and they like just like stop. That's kind of how I see some grandmothers' imprints like in our field. So they'll have like almost like an imprint of them in people's fields. And they don't realize that by leaving that there so that they can drop in at any time and kind of use that and animate that and give you advice and stuff like that, that you're actually taking on stuff that they had in their lifetime. So I'm just going to go ahead and release that. And she's like, no, she's just like kicking me. Jeez. I'm telling her in my mind, Grandma, you're going to be, what's your grandmother's name? Patricia. She says, okay, so this is a fragment of her. This is not her. See, there's fragments of spirits, and it's a lot of mediums would be like, oh, that's your grandmother. Wow, she's a real piece of work. But really, actually, I can see the real her up there. She's beyond in heaven. She's just left some fragments behind. So we're just gonna ask that Grandma Patricia gather all of her fragments, all of her pieces, pull them back up into the real her. There we go. Can you feel that energy releasing from you? It's like yeah, it's like a lot releasing. So if anyone's listening to this and they feel like maybe they might have a fragment of a loved one that's lost, my right foot is still swollen completely because I let Brian into my field, my brother who passed. And I think that there's a fragment of him there, but I'm scared to let him go because I don't want to lose him. But, and that's my own issue. But, so your grandmother's saying that she's very proud of you. That are you, there's something about a relationship. Are you like, between relationships or something, or you're married? Are you working on the marriage or something? There's something, oh, then you should be. She's saying love yourself first, and that conflict doesn't always necessarily mean that there's this inner, like, if there's conflict then there's love, and it's like this so we're going to release the need for conflict in order to receive love. I think that's coming from him. Is he very conflicted, like a arguer? Okay. All right. So let's just release your need to be right. Yo, that's a big one. And release your obligation to let him know that he's wrong. And then we're going to have, this is your grandmother doing this. And your grandmother is basically infusing you with the ability to just know that when you look and you start to get into some form of like a debate with him, ask how old he is right now. Say, how old is he right now? And if you get like a 4-year-old, just know that you can't argue with a 4-year-old. You can't argue with a mentally like ill person or a mentally like challenged person. It's like fighting with a 4-year-old and them going, you're telling them something, they go, well, you're stupid then. It's like and that's kind of what she's showing me is like you'll get into this 12-year-old mode, and he turns into like a 3-year-old, and then it flip-flops, and then you get young. So anyway, so your guide is Abraham. That's my guide, and he has his hand on each of your heads. Do you have children? I see 3 kids. Why? Okay, so they're sending energy through both of you guys into your child, and Abraham says, understand this, child. Understand this, that you have within you the ability to heal. You have the ability to heal yourself and others. You have the ability to diagnose in others what is going on. But within yourself, many times it's hard to look at things, for there are many, many, many things that happen between 14, 17, and 19 and 21 that we are releasing from you at this time. Please accept and allow this healing to come in and release all of these memories and all of these things that have left scars that thereby cause you to perceive life in a different way. As we bring this healing into you, we bring healing as master guides to anyone else who's listening to this. But in your mind, what's the age that you would say kind of messed you up in the head the most for depression? Like if you say the root of my depression is this age, what would you say? I was just gonna say, I should have said it too. Yeah, 14. So what we're going to do is we're going to call forth. We're going to go and we're just going to imagine that we're in a white room. We're in a creation room, and we're going to ask your 14-year-old to step forward. She's sitting in a chair in front of you. And I want you to ask her what she needs. So what do you need? Okay. So this is what we are going to do unto you. We're going to bring love to this 14-year-old. We're going to fill every cell and every particle within this 14-year-old with love. We're going to hug her. We're going to give her the attention she deserves. We're going to shower her with everything she wanted, everything she needed. And as that feeling of love showers over you, dear child, know and understand that you don't need to look in the wrong places for love anymore. Love will come to you unencumbered, it will come to you pure. And as that 14-year-old begins to weep and cry and feel that love, she begins to dissolve away. She begins to dissolve back into you because she doesn't need to be a separate force anymore that's protecting you. She's been protecting you. And as I, Abraham, your master guide, step into your field, I give unto you a hug. And my heart beats against your heart now. And as you feel my heart beat against yours, dear child, know that whenever you need love, imagine a heart in front of you. Pull it into your heart and imagine my heart up against the back of you, hugging you and loving you. Because I will never let you go. You are mine. I am yours. We are together forever. I love you and I bless you. Okay, and so Jennifer, why don't you come to at least follow up with me on the website so we can conclude things, and that's my guide. So come on Wednesday night, we're going to be doing essential oils, guys. I channel actual essential oils, like I become the essential oil. And it's not a sales ploy to buy essential oils. It's just a fun class on all the spiritual uses of them on Ascension. MarisaMorris.com. And Wednesday night class, you can get tickets there. It's only $25, and we do offer scholarships and financial aid. Just ask and you shall receive. God bless. See you next week.
Ooh, that was gnarly.
What?
She was crying.
Oh, she was.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
I'm like, ooh,
Poochie, are you not sleeping at
okay.
night?